Apart from this heritage that you've already talked about, you've already alluded to, what else do you think makes Cunard so special, so unique?
Cunard does cruising properly. And let me explain. Cunard's not about it's not about flow riders. It's not about any big razzmatazz. It just does things in a timeless, luxurious way. So from the moment that you board the ship in the grand lobby and are greeted by the ship's company, who are always immaculately turned out, delivering what we call White Star service, which is just service done politely, friendly, always attentively, immaculately turned out, and genuine warmth from all of the staff. And I think, you know, I've spent some time on board the ships, talking to crew and passengers, and the one thing that always seems to come back time and time again from the passengers is the crew, and how they really make the experience. Aside from that, Queen Mary 2, as I said, is such an impressive ship. You know, she is a true ocean liner designed to cross the Atlantic, and designed to keep people entertained for 7 days. And when I say entertained on one of the Queen's, the variety of superb dining options, from the 3-story Britannia restaurant on Queen Mary to some of the alternative dining options that we've got, such as Asian or Indian cuisine, taster menus in the veranda restaurants, through to the only planetarium at sea, 3D cinema. The other thing that we do very well is what we call the Insights programme, which is where we get speakers from the world of politics, explorers, TV presenting, that just talk about their life, and always engaging, always interesting subjects. We have a series of classes that you can attend, so you can do everything from learn how to fence, through to watercolour painting classes, through to flower arranging, even have classes on how to best use your iPad. So that there's certainly this feeling of it's time well spent on board. That if you want to go for a walk on the promenade, or if you just want to read a book, fantastic. But equally, if you want to have that enrichment and depart that cruise having learnt something new that's completely unexpected, you know how many people go onto a cruise knowing that they're going to learn how to fence, for example. So it's about variety of things, and also what Cunard, the Cunard ships are large ships, but they have far fewer cabins per square foot than some other equally sized ships. So Queen Mary 2's capacity is 2,600, whereas there's other ships of a similar sort of 140, 150,000 tonnage that carry 3,500 passengers. So there's certainly the sense of space, and you know, luxury is partly defined by that space around you and time to be able to do what you want to do.
It doesn't feel like a cattle market. You don't feel like you can't find your own bit of space. I agree with you on Queen Mary 2. There is these wonderful wide open corridors. There's always a part of the ship which you can find which is totally yours, you know. And it's interesting you mention about the lectures as well, because you know they are, I think without doubt, you know, undisputed is the best lecture programme at sea. It's great.
Thank you.
With people like you know, the late great Sir David Frost, who of course spoke many times on board Cunard, and P.D. James and John Cleese, and so many big names that have come and spoken.
And I was fortunate enough to go to Sydney to see 2 weeks ago to see Queen Mary 2 come into the harbour, and the 2 guest lecturers on that last leg were the legendary triple Formula 1 world champion Sir Jackie Stewart,
yes, I heard
who'd been doing Insights, and also Sir Max Hastings. Right. Both lovely people in their own rights, and you know, talking to the passengers, fascinating Insight speakers.
Well, they are, because I mean, you know, literally the theatres would be standing room only, people sitting all the way down the stairs, everywhere. You can't literally get inside. There's so many people that want to see them speak, and it's a wonderful experience. It really, really is.